about how did Key get started? Who came up with the idea?
So Portofleet recognised the fact that they were spending £180,000 a year on cleaning stairs, in particular, and wanted to set up, and that money was going to a commercial private contractor.
Okay.
Right. So if they set up a social enterprise, it would mean that the profits could stay in the community. So Portofleet's Key is quite unique in terms of housing associations, because a lot of housing associations have social enterprises. But what they tend to do is use the social enterprises to feed back into Portofleet as a profit so that they can build more houses or do more things. Whereas actually what happens with Key is the plan is that the profits will go straight directly to the community. So we are a company and we are limited by shares in that we have one shareholder who is Portofleet Housing Association.
Okay.
So therefore they own us.
Okay.
So they're our parent company.
Okay.
They're also our customer, because our main contracts are with Portofleet. Now what happened was that Portofleet Housing Association have 3,500 houses in the near local area, and they were paying something like £180,000 a year to a private cleaning company. Now, as they are a social housing.
My previous job was along the same lines. I worked for another company, and it was StairClean. I worked there for 8 years. Arthur as well came over from that company, and unfortunately that was a poor company. It wasn't a good company to work for. So coming here is a massive difference. You know,
big difference,
massive difference just in the way that you're treated. First off, in the other company, it was like you were a number. And your opinion didn't matter, but you come here and you're included, and your opinion does matter because it helps the company go forward. So
the organisation creates value with immediate effect, because from the minute we started, we're a Scottish living wage employer. We are seen by the staff as a good employer with secure work. In the past, the staff haven't always had good employers, and they're very happy to work for us. There is a huge amount of potential in the team, because although most of them are on the cleaning teams, a lot of them are skilled workers, and we see the opportunities to utilise those skills and move them on into better paid work, which is where I would like to see us move in the future. We have brought in some funding in terms of the community initiatives and the Window Wonderland project, which is happening this week. And we have supported the staff in a number of ways, whether that's with, general admin, if they've not been able to do it themselves, whether that's been because of a language issue, whether it's been a literacy issue, whether it's been sometimes it's been around helping around homelessness. We've had 2 members of staff through the homelessness route in the last year, so supporting them through that and helping them as much as we can. So there's lots of different ways where we're helping individuals on a regular basis. Additionally, Portofleet Housing Association, who are our parent company, have money advice support, and we have a number of people, because they're on low incomes, who need some support around budgeting and help with debt advice.
Business or well, I open 12 till 6 normally on a Saturday, so I'm going to open a bit later, probably till about 7:30, something like that, and then I'm going to close and walk around myself with the dog, because I'd like to see it.
Yeah.
So I'd like to take part and also actually see what everybody else has managed to achieve as well. So.
If I was you, I'd get your husband to look after the shop so you could go up to the
I would,
store.
but he's away.
Oh.
So I'm struggling for that, for somebody to look after the shop. Or I would definitely do it,
Yeah.
but that's my struggle. So I'm
Just
gonna,
because the starts might be like Irish dancers and everything.
yeah, I know. So unless someday, I might ask one of the girls and see if she can maybe do it.
I would do it myself, but I've got the
I'm
video.
going to do the video.
Last question. Can you talk a little bit about how you expect this to help you as a local business owner, or like what effect this will have on you as a local shopkeeper?
What effect it will have?
Or if it will have any effect.
Yeah. I have to watch how I say this, because you don't do it. I mean, you're doing it to be part of the community. So although any extra advertising is a bonus, but it would be lovely if people came and saw the business and then came back to see what I had on offer, because my business is quite unusual and quite different. It has unique products. A lot of them are made in the UK, so to sort of promote myself, that would be quite nice if something came out of this. But predominantly the reason I did it was to try and gain the community together and everybody be part of the community.
So,
you mentioned teething problems, but
Yeah.
do you think that there are any other limitations at the moment that kind of prevent the business from expanding, and also
other limitations on the business. I suppose there's wider societal or economic constraints. One of the things that we are very clear about and very proud about for Key is that it's a living wage employer. We pay the Scottish living wage. We want to be an employer of choice. So the staff there have a range of benefits that wouldn't necessarily apply to a private sector contractor that does the same job. So many of the staff that we currently employ in Key worked for another contractor previously and were transferred across. They automatically got a wage increase and they got other benefits that they wouldn't have accrued otherwise. What that means is therefore our costs are higher and therefore our prices are higher. So if we are to genuinely compete in the marketplace, there's a choice for our customers to pay less or pay more with us, and that then becomes an ethical dimension. So that's a constraint, I think, in our growth. We have to tell a better story about why us, which isn't necessarily about cost. So there's that. I suppose there's infrastructure constraints. We're a small organisation at the moment. We have a limited number of staff, a limited number of vans, limited opportunities to do business development and win work. So those things will always constrain us, but those are things that I don't think are insurmountable.
you said that you are actually a member of the community in Leith, and like from that perspective, have you seen any particular changes since the organisation has begun?
Seen a difference in Leith. I think there's obvious, visible, physical things happening in Leith because of the business. There are more vans on the road now with Key or Port of Leith livery on it, so you can see that there's an organisation that's locally based, doing work locally, and personally I get a bit of a kick out of that. I think that's good to see. And I think what tenants and residents would say, and there's evidence for this, is that the quality of the work being done in their areas is better. So we're seeing increases in customer satisfaction and the cleanliness of the places that they live in and work in. So those things I think are good. The Winter Wonderland thing will obviously create a difference in Leith and generate some money for other businesses, which will be good. And I think we'll see more and more of those things over the next few years, which will start to address some of those questions, hopefully.
What do you view as Key's biggest success in the community so far, in terms of benefit for members of the community?
The employment aspect. So at the moment we have 18 employees. When we started out there were, I think, 9. So we've doubled the number of people employed from our community. And I think of the 18, I don't think I'm exaggerating by saying that more than half of them actually live and work in Leith. So there'll be either Port of Leith Housing Association tenants or similar within that area. So we're generating meaningful, useful employment for people who live in that area, and that's got multiple benefits, not just for them but for their families and extended families across Europe. Actually, many of our staff are Eastern European. I think one's Nigerian, so there's a extended benefit across those kind of things. So I think that's the main one for me, is the direct employment.
You want to see the future of this community?
For Key, I think I think everyone's aspiration is that the organisation grows in a meaningful way. So we want it to be doing more of the work that it's currently doing. So I think our plan is that the organisation becomes both wider and deeper. So it does more stair cleaning across lots of housing associations or private sector housing associations or other public sector bodies that can do that. So we can do more stair cleaning, and we're good at that. Or we can then start to do other things, so we can go deeper. We can start to do not just stair cleaning in the housing association, but also grounds maintenance or other elements of facilities management, or we could look at other elements of gardening or factoring or sort of care and repair services or handyman services or whatever that might be. So I think the opportunity is definitely out there. We can do more of our core competence, or we can do more of similar types of facilities management, and we can do that across the whole of North Edinburgh if we wanted to. There's an opportunity for us to do that, and that will in turn will create jobs, better incomes, and more secure tenancies for the